Hi, I'm Jill Clifton. Welcome to Landscape of Mothers. In this installment of Ask the Mothers, I have the question: Is my work-life balance more important than my fiscal stability? I would say that this question is really difficult to answer in the form that it's already in because it pits two crucial things against each other. And so I think it's kind of a double bind, which suggests to me that there's another piece to it that we're not considering. So work-life balance is crucial. It's a sun and moon mother process for regulation, for making periods of work and rest, or busyness and rest. It helps us, so the sun and moon mother part, that balance between how we're spending our energy and how we're rejuvenating ourselves is very much a sun and moon mother question. And it's worth putting some thought into what parts of work really need to be done, and then and how many hours can I spend doing that to still allow enough room for that rejuvenation piece, and what does that really take? And in this moment, I do not mean like self-care of like go get a massage, although it could be that thing. I'm wanting to unhook this a little bit from the self-care dialogue that's been happening in the last decade or so, which is basically the purpose is to like take care of yourself enough to keep you going with the grind kind of thing. And what I'm really talking about here is something much deeper and much more presence related. And so what I'm talking about is, are you getting water? Are you eating regular meals? Are you exercising? Are you sleeping? What are all the million kinds of rests that we need, right? So sometimes we need the kind of rest where we sit down and read a book. Sometimes we need the kind of rest where we sleep. Sometimes we need a kind of rest where we're maybe even exercising, but there's this like repetitive movement where like the brain slows down or stops, like ruminating or something. So I would recommend partitioning different kinds of rest and seeing which ones are really crucial for you, and then kind of trying to see how you might balance those. And then there's fiscal stability. You might want a deeper definition of what that means to you, and to really question it. So clearly, money is crucial to being alive. It is how we acquire our food, our housing. So some level of fiscal stability is absolutely fundamentally crucial. And that all the other things get dysregulated by not having it, right? It's one of the deep, so if we're talking about poverty, then one of the deep stressors of poverty is this constant unknown about being able to make basic things happen. I would also invite you to remember that you live inside of capitalism, where the system suggests that everything that the solution to everything is, there's a financial solution to everything, which pretty much puts you in a position of having to pay for every single thing, and including our mental health, including our rest, including our rejuvenation practices, and because it isolates us from other folks. And so when we're talking about fiscal stability, my first recommendation is to orient yourself toward what you really need, what you really want to have in your life, what fiscal stability means to you. Capitalism will tell you that there's no such thing as fiscal stability, or that you have to amass millions in order for that to be the case, because there's always more that you could have. And being very clear on what you want to have and what you need to have will help you figure out what your definition of fiscal stability is. And I really think that is something that's different for different people. It depends on how many medical bills you have. So if you have a chronic illness, it might be different than if you, are basically really well physically. It might depend on your age. It might depend on how many children you have that you anticipate having to launch out into the world or support, and for how long, how old are your children. So it's all kinds of things. And getting clear on that for yourself could be a really important step toward defining what this balance looks like between your fiscal stability um, and living as a human being in the world. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions, you can put them below. And if you like what you're hearing in these videos, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that a lot. Thanks.